Ladies and gentlemen, undercover agents for Hasbro Incorporated, Wizards of the Coast. We are doing round 2 of the Scalper Scanner 5000, and we are trying to locate any bad behavior in individuals. Let me know if you guys are able to notice anybody today. We've been scanning all day, and we've had some luck. But it's been tougher. It's been tougher, ladies and gentlemen. We've been scanning the Scalper Scanner 5000, and I have not had much luck today. We will continue to scan everybody. I don't want anybody to lose hope and lose their faith in the Scalper Scanner 5000. Oh God, Streets of New Meta. So, have you guys seen anything yet? I have not been able to locate anyone on the Scalper Scanner 5000. So, oh well, what are we going to do? I don't think we have any scalpers today, everybody. The Scalper Scanner 5000. We have not had any good luck. So, we're going to resume today's video. My name is Rudy. You're watching Alpha Investments, the most properly controlled, regulated, pants are optional YouTube channel where we discuss the world of cardboard and how to navigate it. And today, we have a little news video. Today is the Hasbro quarterly report. Hasbro reported, I'll be honestly with you guys, very frank, quite impressive numbers. One of the better quarterly reports I've seen in a very long time, with their free cash flow and their actual gross sales in the state of Wizards of the Coast and, Magic the Gathering, D&D under WotC. I was expecting decent earnings, but this was far better than even I was surprised. I was very surprised to see today's Hasbro numbers. I knew, if we look at January, February, March, I knew like Innistrad Remastered, Aether Drift, I don't know if Tarkir Dragonstorm is going to be counted. End of March, January, March, that might be counted under Q1 numbers. I'm not sure, because it's right on the edge there, depending on when they book that kind of, when they take the revenue and what date they mark to market it. Anyways, so a lot of people were very surprised, because I had patrons who were saying, Rudy, with how bad Aether Drift is, isn't Hasbro going to be right? I said, no, folks. Aether Drift did very well at release. Post-market release, well, stores and people just didn't want to order more play boxes, and Aether Drift kind of sold off post-release. That does not impact Wizards of the Coast or Hasbro. They book their earnings, they book the revenue of, moving the hundreds and hundreds of pallets of the product all over the United States and all over the world, and that's it. Now, if the market rejects the product post-release, it impacts the restocks and future cash flows and reprints and the ability for them to kind of milk more money from the same product line. But there was some interesting commentary today about how their revenue and sales and growth of Wizards of the Coast was so good for Q1 that the company didn't raise the full year outlook, but Q1 blew the numbers away, so it made people think that maybe the rest of the year Hasbro and WotC is planning on softer numbers due to possible tariffs, slowdowns, recessions, or anything like that. That was interesting to me, that how much they blew the numbers out today, but they said the rest of the year's guidance was going to be still the same or maybe slightly weaker or flat when their numbers are off the chart positive. Now, I'm going to give you all my personal opinion. Now, because we're talking Wall Street and legal things, I can't legally give you guys financial advice on a publicly traded company. Yes, you all are aware, as a full disclosure, I'm a very large shareholder with around 20,000 shares of Hasbro as the filming of this video. So yes, I do have a bias and interest in the company, so I have to disclose that to you all. But as far as what's going to happen, what it feels like to me, or if I was on the board of directors with Dr. Cox, I feel like they're playing it soft and cautious, and they're purposely downplaying the state of Magic and Wizards. I feel like they're taking a very conservative outlook to really just impress Wall Street the next year. Unless we have some severe failures. I mean, we have reprints of even like when we had the reprint of the Bloomborough Commander decks, we had reprint of Lord of the Ring Commander decks, sold out immediately. We've got a reprint announced of Wildsville Drain set boxes. Oh, and guess what? The demand from distribution and people, scumbags like evil investors and scalper Rudies, The demand is so high. The one reprint of Wild Set, this is it. The last reprint of it is over requested. They have to allocate the reprint on like a 2-year-old product. Like, wow. Like, that's the state of Magic right now. The Magic is literally trying to just, they are a money printing profit machine. Look, I mean, Bloomberg has a line longer than the number of wrinkles wrapped up around the earth in my left nut of people lined up to buy Bloomberg play boxes restock. Just play. Not collectors, not high margin collectors or anything, just play boxes. Foundation in Tarkir Dragonstorm, they already did the waves and restocks, blew out the whole thing. They even reprinted Foundation play boxes, completely blown out and sold out again. I got a total of like 2-3 pallets, completely blew out. So now, like, to patrons, you guys, I have it limited to 2 boxes at the 118 ship. I can't even do cases because the demand is that high, and now I gotta wait months for another reprint. And this is Foundations, aka a core set of Magic, which is supposed to be standard legal for years. Then we got Tarkir Dragonstorm. I moved almost 7,000 boxes of Tarkir play boxes for $100 a box or 600 shipped. It was like 6,000 and change. Almost 7,000 boxes. And I still have a laundry list longer than waffle fries. And like May 1st, I'm bringing Tarkir Dragonstorm back to you guys because you guys are asking like crazy. But I'm going to have to do limit 1 or 2 boxes for the next 30, 60 days because now I'm being told from the reorder queue, from distribution to WotC, that they're completely out of Tarkir play boxes. So, what does that mean for you guys out there? You don't have to love Costco. I still love you. You don't have to be a Rudy patron. You can hate money. You can like being angry at your life and being broke with your 4 roommates and Taco Bell with no toilet. We've been over that. But what that means is Tarkir Dragonstorm boxes are probably going to push up from the 120s, 130s, probably to 140, 150, 160, because there's no supply for months. Now, if you pay that overpriced number, well, you're just an idiot, Timmy. You just, again, I know you don't like money, Game Piece Army should be cheap anyways. We have to wait till almost August to get the next reprint of Tarkir Play because it blew out the reserve, it blew out the release wave, the reprint wave, and Wizards unloaded even the reserve pallets of the play boxes within weeks of release. Like, that's unheard of. And I know. Little Timmy in the back will say, yeah, Rudy, what a surprise. Wizards of the Coast makes a Magic set. It's based around Magic lore and dragons and not Universes Beyond and SpongeBob Your Pants. And suddenly, everybody wants to buy the product. Gee, Rudy, you notice Foundations is based on classic Magic lore and cards? You notice Tarkir and Dragonstorm is based on Magic instead of a bunch of skinned, layered, and Halloween masks of SpongeBob's and Walking Dead's and Spider-Man and your ex-girlfriend? And suddenly everybody wants it? That's a weird coincidence. I wonder if anyone on the board of directors of WotC and Hasbro realizes these normal Magic sets that you don't have to pay God knows how many millions, tens of millions of dollars to get IP and licensing from Marvel or Square Enix or Enix, whatever that scumbag company is, to use these other companies. They can make fortunes on their own IP if they're just not stupid about it. Rant over with. So, the earnings were impressive. Wizards here's the thing, their inventory gluts over with. Even their other things, the tabletop, the board games, the Nerf, the other categories, which, again, a lot of board games and tabletop and other categories, they are made in China. They are at risk for tariffs, and what President Trump's doing could cause substantial disruptions. Now, again, nobody knows what's going to happen with all that shit, so who knows. But as far as Magic goes, I don't think Wizards of the Coast is going to be heavily impacted on tariffs. Now, of course, if you're watching this video in Canada, or you have an LGS in Canada or in Europe and different countries, that's a whole other conversation. I do not know how they're going to navigate that. There's probably going to be some severe problems with some of those things, unless these countries and politics and governments and all this shit, they can all, hold hands and be friends again, which is what they need to do. But when it comes to Magic, not only is Wizards releasing new releases that are blowing out of the water, but they're still milking cash cows from Wilds of Eldraine set boxes. They can fucking print 10, 15,000 Wilds boxes, and they just sold all of it because they were $200, an insane price. Even with the reprint, they're probably only going to drop to 150s. I'd be shocked if Wild set even goes to 120, 130, 140s. These are at 200 on TCG Play, or they were. I don't know what they are now. I mean, The collector boxes are what, 600? Even if there's a 20-30% pullback, they demand for people like me who missed out, didn't sell it, don't have any of Wild Set, the opportunity for so many people to get in on this last ditch effort is I mean, I have not seen an announced reprint like Wild Set boxes that has this much positivity and demand. I don't remember the last time. Maybe Kamigawa set maybe a year or two ago. I haven't seen anything like this. It's very unusual. And I mean, think about that. This company is releasing these powerhouses. And in between major releases, they have a reprint queue of Tarkir, Bloomborough, Foundations, and God knows how many commander decks from, Duskmorn and Tarkir, all these other commander supplementary products. Like the queue, the line, to even just remanufacture the same shit they have because the market is begging for it. These are huge opportunities for long-term people because it's going to keep the prices stable. These are huge opportunities for them to make revenue, and if the market can handle it, there's nothing wrong with it. That's the difference between overprinting, print to oblivion, and proper management. I don't know specifically what or why or who's in charge of WotC with print runs and everything. There's definitely higher ups and forces and powers that be that are managing Wizards and Magic very differently right now. Legally, it's speculation. I'm not going to get into all that kind of stuff, but what I can tell you all is in the last 12 to 18 months, whoever's guiding the ship on revenue, print runs, and management, whatever group or team at the top there's different management doing it. That's what I want to tell you guys. Or a different type of mindset leading that team of management. Or a different goal was pivoted to make that group of managers and people at that level to make different decisions. Because the last 18 months of Magic does not feel like 2022 and 2023. The differences are so extreme, it's almost incredible. Like, even in the bear market of the 2 years of just awful Wizards management, Magic 30, and the biggest dumb fucks you'd ever see, like, the difference is so polar opposite. It's fascinating. Because the other teams at Wizards are the same. Because you have the same PR, the same people saying, hey guys, we're here for the community. How you guys doing? What art projects are you guys making on the Reddit and the Facebook groups and everything? Are you guys doing anything cute? They have the same fake smiley, give you a free mouth hug when your wife's not around. But as far as the accounting, the finance, the people managing and watching the secondary market, the sell-through rates, the inventory levels, the relationships with distribution, it's different, man. Very hands-on, very closely monitored, and being ran very fucking well. And Magic's ecosystem is seeing the reward. Hasbro's seeing the reward. The health of Magic is incredibly strong. I know that doesn't fit the narrative of us bashing Magic and crazy negative things, but the data's the data. And it's incredibly impressive. And I can't imagine at this point in time, if they release all the spoilers for Final Fantasy, and the spoilers are as good as the rumors swirling around are, it's gonna be fucking crazy, folks. It's gonna be absolutely crazy. And then you have after that, you have some other things like the Edge of Eternities. And then you have, of course, the Universe of Spider-Man Marvel stuff, an actual set, not a secret lair. I don't care what anyone says. The money, the demand, even paying Marvel, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 million in royalties, God knows what they're paying, doesn't matter. The money that this is going to generate, the eyes, and if it's managed correctly, if Wizards moves into this and has a bunch of creative new mechanics and powerful cards with balancing, with decent reprints, with good quality art, with good card stock, with proper manufacturing. If they execute this properly, and even with collectability, with special guest slots or showcase, if they have serialized cards, like even if they do like serialized cards out of 100 or 500 like they've been doing, maybe there's some new one of ones of tens. If they execute this stuff properly, holy shit, the demand and what is going to happen with this is going to be absolutely off the chart, folks. I'm telling you all right now, if they do this well, Holy smokes, the Final Fantasy, if they reveal serialized card or cards, and then they make it proper, and the art and the style and everything does its justice and diligence to the Final Fantasy kind of era and the style of artists and everything, and then you do that with Marvel and Edge of Eternities with maybe space themes or more space shocklands like you guys are speculating on, you know, Infinity collector boxes and Infinity hitting all-time highs. I mean, what a roadmap, man. What a roadmap. And I know you guys don't think it's a cool thing to do, and you can just say shill Rudy or whatever the fuck you want to say, but dude, you got to give credit where credit's due. And I'm sorry, but when a company does this well, you got to give them congratulations. They have to get the Rudy's penis as the ending of the video. I mean, that's just amazing.